I fought him for one of my buddies. My buddy didn't end up fighting him, and he had told me something, and I was like, all right, I already knew what I could do at that age. So we got it on, and we fought, and I remember coming out of that bathroom, and he's like, I hope you don't think you won. I said, well, you didn't win.
Why they always tripping? We do this every day. They must not know how we do it where we stay. In Cali, we bout it.
Hi, welcome to episode 3 of Watch Talks on the Dark Alley Network. And we're right here in Lindsay in the back room of Dark Alley with my buddy Adrian.
It's good.
Who's one of my favorite all-time students at Lindsay High. Probably the most likable guy ever. Yeah, I love this guy. Who doesn't like him? Hey, but so first off, like I always called you Buster, and I know you have other nickname around town probably, but tell people what that is.
I got a couple, maybe some good ones, some bad ones, but yeah, Buster, you're probably the only one who calls me Buster. And when you call me that, usually, I've seen you at the Orange and stuff like that. And, hey, Buster! And everybody's like, what the hell? So I got that name because when I was in your class in the OR room, I was always in trouble, you know what I mean? But I got that name because we'd go to the gym and I would make some incredible shots. And I remember Watts telling me, I bet you can't make it from half court. And I made it from half court, and then he tells me double or nothing. And I made it again, which I was kind of shocked. I was shocked on the first one, and to make it again was pretty shocking. But yeah, that's how I got that name. I made it. I think I won.
We had a money value on it.
Yeah, I think I made like $40-$60 off of him, something like that.
I paid him.
Yeah, he's a man of his word. He paid me. Yeah, so that's how Buster came about. Yeah,
because he busted a shot. And I was like,
two to be exact.
So like nobody else calls you that, but whenever I see him, I'm always like, Buster, what's up?
Yeah. And on the streets, honestly, he calls me Buster, and on the streets, Buster doesn't mean a good thing. You know what I mean? So when he would say it, people would be like, what the hell? But me and he...
No, I was wondering about that part, but I didn't have any...
Yeah, me and him always knew what it was, and it was cool.
Yeah, so Adrian was in my class. They called it the Opportunity Room. And you guys, a lot of you know Mrs. Moore. She would help me in there. And she's retired now too. But we had a lot of fun in that class because we'd be in there, and I'd be like, oh, let's do some math or something, and then we'll go out and, play touch football. But I always remember, so one time we were playing flag football or two-hand touch or something. And I was like, man, you just run over people or something. I think you hit Willie, who was in my class. Another guy who was a tough little dude, right?
Yeah, Willie was from the streets. He was a tough guy.
Yeah, I remember you ran right over him one time. I think he just bounced off you, like anybody, you were so strong. I mean,
yeah, he was one of a couple of victims of getting ran over. Yeah, so the OR room, man, the opportunity room. In high school, I needed that. I needed an opportunity, but I remember being in there, and I really like sports. Growing up, I really loved sports. I had my mentor, my coach, which was my Uncle Freddie. I mean, he was on me. He was always on me about, playing sports. And growing up, I love sports, but I love video games too. I remember that. And he'd get me in trouble because he'd always want to be practicing, always wanting to practice. I'm just a kid, I want to do kid things. But I'm kind of glad he did that. And what I was getting at is the opportunity room. I remember I never could once I got to high school, I could never make grades to play sports. Yeah. And I remember first time ever, and it was only one time too, I think my grade point average in your class was a 2.54, and I made grades to play baseball. So I played baseball for a bit, and then just being a knucklehead, I lost that pretty quick. So by the time it was time to take team pictures, I was already off the team. So I didn't even make. Yeah, I played a couple of games and then I was off, dude. Yeah.
Was that JV for Kindig or Morelli varsity?
No, it was Kindig. Yeah.
You were in 10th grade.
I believe so. Yeah. I remember being on a bus coming home from a game, and I don't know what I did, but what I was doing. But I always like to make people laugh. Always. Yeah. That's probably half of the time why I got in trouble, because you know, when it was time to be serious, I still couldn't be serious. I was always making people laugh and shit. So they pulled the bus over, and I think it was Morale. He came up to me. He's like, "You're just like your fucking Uncle Freddie." You know what I mean? And I was like, "Oh shit!" Like he yelled at me, and yeah, I remember that story. Yeah.
You don't remember what you did?
I don't remember. I believe they wanted to. The team wanted to stop and eat somewhere, and we were just like in Tulare, so like, oh, we could make it home, and I'm like, no, let's eat. And I kept every like restaurant we'd pass. There's McDonald's. There's Taco Bell. There's this. There's that, and then they kind of got pissed off at me. So yeah.
The troops.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when I think of you, I think of two things, like super likable and fun, you know, like who could not like you, you know, like in my opinion, and then how athletic. I mean, look at you now, you're still strong, you know, like, geez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's something that has haunted me. Like, and I tell my kids too, like, take advantage, leave it all on the field. Cause I think to this day, that's what haunts me. I wish I could have played sports. Like, who knows where I could have been? Who knows?
Yeah, and probably your only real kind of reason you didn't play is not because you didn't care, but school wasn't your cup of tea. I'm sure you didn't like reading a book or doing a math problem, but you had a lot of fun, you know?
Yeah, well, so when I was playing growing up, like I said, my Uncle Freddie was on me, and he was my coach. And he's not that much older than me. I gotta give it up for him, because he coached a lot of us here in Lindsay. Richard, my friend Jug, you know, he coached. Yeah, we had a whole little squad that he coached, and we still to this day remember him, of course. But so he was my coach, and my parents ended up getting divorced around when I was 13 years old. Mm. And right after that is when, for me, everything kind of fell apart, you know, where my mom had to work sometimes 2 jobs just to make things happen at home, you know, just keep from getting the bills turned off or whatever to provide, you know. I didn't understand at the time. I'm just a kid, you know, but I had a lot of time on my hands. My dad wasn't around. My mom wasn't around. And that just gave me opportunity to go out and explore, which lost my interest for sports. And my Uncle Freddie ended up moving to Bakersfield, so he was no longer around. You know, so I lost all that, and that's what led me to go hang out with the older crowd, you know, stuff like that. So that lost the interest in the sports. Wasn't making grades, stuff like that.
It's interesting. Yeah, like that happened right when you were 13. You know, you could go, what if it happened when you were like 17 and you're already kind of more grown up? Maybe you would have made sort of different kind of choices, you know? And
yeah, because
you might have played football or something. You know?
Oh, yeah, dude. That's my biggest regret, not playing football. I love football a whole lot more, but I was a better baseball player than I was a football player. Yeah. And I was pretty good at football.
But like, I remember you like running over a couple people, like I said, when we played those little games out there. And because I know you were better at baseball, but football, you would have. Yeah, it would have been hard to tackle.
Yeah, I loved football. I just loved the aggressiveness of it. I mean, as much as I would love to lay somebody out, I loved to get laid out too. It would wake me up. I got hit a couple times where, you know, I'm running full throttle, and, you know, and they push me and I'd fly and get up and woo, you know, excited.
Because you would have been a great linebacker too.
Oh yeah, I would have loved it.
And then, how old are you compared to Manny and Michael Irie and all those guys?
Oh, I'm older than them. Yeah. I do believe I played with Manny. I want to say, I don't remember too good, but I think I'm like.
How old are you?
I'm 42 right now.
Manny's like 41, I think.
I believe he's somewhere in that area. I believe I'm 2 years older than him.
2.
Okay. Yeah.
Because he was a good player. He was a quarterback, but then he played running back some, and then he was a really good safety. Yeah. So he was probably in a way a little bit smaller. Like, how much did you weigh in high school? You're probably a little bigger than him, maybe in a way. Like.
Not now, but. No. Yeah, but I do remember we used to have like. Back then it was colors, you know, like the gold team, the white team. I remember. You remember Freddie Martinez?
Yeah.
Dude, that dude was he's been an animal the whole time, you know? Yeah. and he was a hard hitter on our team. And I don't think I really was too big yet, but I remember going heads up with him and helmet to helmet, just that drill where they put you on your back and they say, okay, go, and you get up and meet up in the front.
Yeah.
So we did that one, and we just hit helmet to helmet. I laid him out, which I was shocked, like I couldn't believe it. And but I was sore for like 2 weeks.
You guys knocked each other out?
Yeah, with a stiff neck for like 2 weeks.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was pretty cool though.
Oh,
Yeah.
fun. Yeah. Gosh. Maybe talk about were you born in Lindsay?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
born in the hospital here in Lindsay. Yep, I sure
And
was.
talk about your family, how many siblings and all that kind of
Well, I
stuff.
got 2 sisters. I'm the oldest of them. And then my dad remarried and had 2 boys and another sister also. But yeah, so
Was he here? Like after your parents split up, did you
Yeah,
just
but
stay in Lindsay?
yeah, my dad stayed in Lindsay. My dad's a good person. He's a workaholic.
Yeah.
If my dad has a downfall, it's just that he's a workaholic, and that's not a bad thing,
Is he retired or still work?
No, he's still working. He'll
Yeah.
work for the rest of his life. I believe. Yeah.
He's probably about my age range. Is he in his 60s?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I come from a good family. I come from my dad's side of the family, my mom's side of the family. They're really good people, in my opinion, of course. But my dad's side of the family, everybody knows. We're known throughout the town, Los Patos, that's what they would call us back in the day. I remember that, Los Patos. Yeah. I remember we even had a taco truck, and it was named Los Patos too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I was a little guy. Like I said, when my parents were together, I was young. Me and my sister Letty, we were young. I remember my dad used to wake us up like at 2-3 in the morning to peel shrimp, because they would sell like shrimp cocktails on Sundays. So we're right there all peeling shrimp, dude, at 3 in the morning, dude. But it was all for the cause, for the taco truck. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was cool.
Oh,
Yeah. My grandpa, he's a big part in my family too. He's a I guess a role model, you could say, for a lot of us in my family. He was in a mariachi. That's why I was telling you that shirt's pretty cool. He was in a mariachi his whole life, and I actually built my car. I have a lowrider right now. I built that car in like remembrance of him and in tribute to him. I named it El Mariachi Loco.
Oh, wow.
So
'Cause you have 2.
I have 2. Yeah, I have 2. One's mine. One's my wife's. I had to build her one. Have to have that ride or die. You know what I mean?
So how about your blue and white sombrero you bought when I saw you?
Oh
like a
yeah.
week and a half
Well,
ago?
I just I've lived in Lindsay my whole life. I think I moved away when I was like 20 years old for 8 months. I moved to Tucson, Arizona. I wasn't doing too good here, so I got into some stuff where well, to be real, I was doing drugs, you know what I mean? And I remember, I think I did drugs for like a year or so that I can remember. And I remember my family taking me out of the dope house, They went over there, they knocked on the door, and it was like 4 of my uncles. 4 of my uncles and
Coming to get you.
coming to get me. They were tired of it already.
No, yeah.
And they knocked on the door and they tell me, hey, there's some guys looking for you outside. I said, what the hell? How do anybody even know I'm here? But I went, and it was my family. It was my uncles. And they said, get in the car. And they had a sit down with me. They talked to me and they said, look, we know what you're doing. We know what you're doing. We know that you're better than this. And to be honest with you, look at our family. Does anybody in our family are they doing this? Are they on drugs? And I said no. And he said, so why do you want to be the first one to mess up our name like this? And that hit me. And made me think. Even though I was on drugs, it still penetrated my brain to where I didn't want to be the one, to mess up our last name, or in that sense. So I got clean, and they shipped me off to Tucson, Arizona, and I stayed over there for 8 months. And I came back, and I've been good ever since.
What age was that?
I was like 20 years old.
20.
Yeah, I was 20. Yeah, but Lindsay, I had to come back to Lindsay. It's just there's nothing like Lindsay for me, to be honest with
I'm
you.
glad they came and got you.
Yeah, I'm glad they did too. More than that, I'm glad that I allowed myself to hear what they were telling me. Because when you're on drugs, you don't want to hear nothing. You don't care, you don't any of that. But I'm glad that I cared enough to get clean and didn't want to be the first one, to mess up our last
You
name.
got good uncles.
Yeah, I come from a good family.
Hey, but when that happened to you, does that mean you were just like sinking all your money into it and everything?
I didn't even have money. I was just, I wasn't stealing. I wasn't stealing. I never did that. I was always clean. I had a nice car, but I would, thanks to my mom, my uncles, I had my car still. I'd work little things here and there, but then I'd be thinking like, oh, I want to go do this. I want to go back to the party. So I'd work till break time and then I was gone. Then I'd lose that job. And then I think where it really turned around for me is I ended up getting together with my partner at 20 years old. I've been with her for 22 years, and the fact of wanting to be the provider, I didn't want to be a loser or nothing like that. You know what I mean? So I've been taking care of my family since I was 20 years old. It's not easy, and it's not always been good, but I hung in there.
And today is your daughter's birthday.
Today is my daughter's birthday. Yeah, Aubrey.
How old?
She just turned 19.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's the oldest.
No, I have a
no.
21-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah, Carissa. Yeah,
Well,
21 years
Tell
old.
all the names and ages.
So I got Carissa, which is my firstborn. She's 21. I got Aubrey, who's 19 today. I got some twins, Isabel and Maribel. They're going to be 17. You'll be hearing a whole lot of Isabel because she's in soccer at the high school.
Oh.
She's pretty good.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So and then I got my little baby Melly, my miracle baby. So when I say miracle, it's because my wife, when she was pregnant of her, she got cancer. She developed a lymphoma, I believe that's what it's called, like a tumor in her stomach. At the same time, she's pregnant.
Oh, man.
So they were gonna have to terminate her because what is it called? The hormones that feed the baby was also feeding the tumor.
Oh, wow.
So the tumor was, as the baby was growing, so was that tumor, and it wrapped around like 3 of her ribs or something like that. So it was a mean thing. They sent us to San Francisco, and we were even in that Ronald McDonald thing, which was pretty cool. They really helped us out.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? They gave us housing out there because we had to stay out there for weeks. And Bay Area is not cheap. Yeah, so.
And how long ago was that? Because this is your little baby.
It was 10 years ago.
Oh, 10, okay.
10 years ago, yeah. So yeah, we got those, and I got my boy, my only boy, Roscoe. Diesel, my dog. Roscoe was my first dog. So Diesel's that's just me and him against the world at our house. Even our goldfish was a girl.
A lot of women folk.
Yeah. Even the goldfish was a girl, man.
It's like my goddaughter. They have 4 girls. Yeah. Good family. Yeah.
I tried everything. They've told me, hey, leave your socks on. I did that. That's honestly. They said, put some boots on. Put your boots, and just in that, and that didn't work. I tried it.
Like a macho man.
Yeah, yeah. Put the hat on, the sombrero.
Face down.
Yeah, everything.
Put some butter on it.
Hey, are we still talking about that? Or yeah,
But
so
of course, that makes you wonder if you did have a son, what would he be like?
oh, dude,
Yeah.
I didn't have a son for a reason. I don't know what it was, but it's for a reason. But I would have loved to have one.
Buster Jr.
Yeah, a little Buster G.
You said you're a dog?
Well, no, that's what they call me on the
Lot of-
street. My buddy, I had a buddy back in the day. His name was Santos Magallanes. He was in a wheelchair. He a lot of people remember him, but he died when he was 22 because he had that muscular
Dystrophy?
Yeah, I can never say that word, but he had that. But so he's the one who named me A-Dog, and I think I was like 10 years old or 11, 12 years old, somewhere in that area. He named me A-Dog, and it just stuck. It stuck on the streets.
What was his age compared to you?
He was about 3 years older than me. Yeah, he was about 3 years older than me. That guy lived to be 22 years old. he owned like 5 cars. He owned a bike club. I remember being in the Orange Blossom, and he was a big part of the community. Like he would, put things together with the bike clubs and stuff like that. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I wonder if I ever met him. Only because, like, right about when I had you in my class, that was right when I first came to Lindsay.
Probably. Remember, he would be at the high school. He was kind of popular too. He'd be in his electric wheelchair, and he had a CD player with 2 8s in the back.
Wow.
Oh, I'm not even kidding. He was bumpy Tupac. Yeah, it was cool.
The reason, though, those early years, I didn't know any of the teachers or students hardly because we were out there in our little far in the back room with bars on the window.
Yeah, no shit.
And so, like Jeff Hall, Mr. Hall, and that other guy that taught shop. I won't take all day remembering his name, but I see these guys go by and I go, hey, can I go walking with you guys at lunchtime or something? Because I don't even know anybody. Like, I don't know the other students or anything because we were kind of just our own little thing,
Yeah.
And so I don't know if I
remember that we couldn't take break with the rest of the high school. They'd take break, and then after break, after they got into their classes, they'd let us out. Like we were prisoners, dude. Yeah.
Like if people ask me about the opportunity room, I go, well, they had an opportunity. They could either go back to like regular high school, or they could. I mean, a few of them kind of went to.
I was in the opportunity room only because I'd missed so many days of school.
Yeah.
I remember one time missing like 82 days. And what is there? There's only like 180.
Like you just went out and messed around somewhere.
Well, like I said, my mom was always at work and nobody was there, and mom was gone by 5. So I would wake up late. I'm not going to school no more. I remember sometimes she'd come home for lunch and I'd be hiding in my closet the whole hour that she was home for lunch.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. So what have you been doing all these years since, like when you started raising your kids and all that? Like have you had a variety of different stuff you've done, or have you job-wise and stuff? Yeah.
Basically, I'm always in the construction, building stuff. That's what I like to do. But I mean, I don't got it all figured out. Yeah, I'm still figuring it out.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. I can't sit here and say, oh, I got it all figured out. Nah. I mean, but that's what I do. I work for American right now at the moment. I've been there for a couple of years. I worked at Champion for a while.
Does that mean are you like a welder and all that kind of stuff?
No, I was a general construction building. We worked for Saputo, Saputo Cheese and Lactalis and Land O'Lakes and stuff like that. We go in their plants and do demos and rebuild things the projects they have. Yeah, so I ended up tearing my meniscus on one of the jobs, and I was off for like 11 months. I remember I was off for 11 months. Worst 11 months of my life.
Like a surgery?
Yeah, I got surgery and everything, yeah. Yeah, worst 11 months of my life. And then they put me in, when I came back, they put me inside the shop, and I've been there ever since, which I like it. So I'm usually on deliveries. Sometimes I go to Fresno a lot, go pick up stuff, bring it back. My day goes by pretty quick like that. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing now, and just raising the family, I mean, pretty close to grandkids, I guess now, but I can't. I know it's on its way, but I could wait.
Yeah.
A little more gray hairs come in.
So your older kids that are out of high school, do they still live with you, or where do they?
They do. They do live with me. They do live with me. I mean, I want them to figure it out.
Yeah, sure.
I want to know they'll be okay, which I'm sure they will. I know, but I was like at 20 years old. I tried to tell them, hey, look, at 20 years old, I was already on my own, supporting a family. You know what I mean? I don't expect them to do it like right away, but eventually.
Do you have a pretty big house?
Decent size, yeah. I don't have enough rooms for all my kids. One gets the couch.
Yeah, you gotta sacrifice.
Yeah. So, being from construction, you'd figure I'd build another one, huh?
Oh yeah, an extra house in the back.
Diesel has a nice doghouse.
Did you build it?
I did. Shingles and all.
Like a big 2-story.
Yeah. He has a little window in it and everything.
Air conditioning.
Yeah. Nah, he doesn't.
We're balling.
That fool don't pay no bills. He can't get no AC.
So have you always stayed? You're close with Richie, right? With Jughead?
Yeah, Jug.
Yeah,
Me and Jug are cool, dude. Me and that guy could go on for days just capping on each other. Like this guy, me and Donut, we go at it all the time, just because we're on a group chat for fantasy football.
Oh, well.
Yeah, which I spanked him all the damn time. Actually, one season, I think I went undefeated. He was the only guy who beat me, and that was my only loss and his only win.
Oh yeah. Like the first and second year.
Yeah. They hated on me on that one though because I think he had Derrick Henry, and I convinced him to trade me Derrick Henry for like a punter or something. and then the group was like, no, bullshit. They rejected it. They didn't let me get him. So I was like, why are you guys hating? If he wants to trade, why are you guys hating?
Trying to fucking give him all my good players.
I think I gave him a cheerleader for him.
Like fucking 3 punters. At one point.
Because Richie,
These are bomb, by the way.
we were in Vegas last weekend for Allie and Hobbies' wedding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Richie was there. That's family.
I've seen
right?
some
I went
videos.
with Lionel, with Uncle Lionel. I went with him.
Yeah.
And
Did you see my brother-in-law singing karaoke on stage? Him and his wife.
I missed that one, I guess.
Oh yeah, I could see Jug. Jug was right there, and he was kind of their only fan. Yeah, go.
They were at Mandalay Bay or somewhere. They were at Excalibur or something. And me and Lionel were downtown on Fremont, down at the D and the Four Queens. And all that.
Getting the.
Yeah, like we're sitting out on the railing of this bar down there, right, with your beer. And man, that's some people watching down there, man. They're just like, whoever's coming by. Like there was kind of a whacked out kind of older lady wearing this little weird short outfit and everything, and kind of, you could tell she wasn't really all together.
Yeah,
And then,
she was missing a couple screws.
Right, and she was like a street character kind of. Yeah, so she went by a lot of times, and then Lionel started going, "Here comes your girlfriend," and I'm like, yeah, right. And she'd only be as far away from me as the donut, right? Because we're on this railing of the bar outside, and she's just walking by right there, and Lionel go, "Here comes your girlfriend." I'm kind of like, not. Kind of look down, like.
After how many beers did you start getting convinced that she was your girlfriend?
No, there wasn't enough beer for that.
Oh, you mean you weren't drinking on the funnels?
Okay, but there was also all these protests going on around us, all that stuff that's going on, and so the cops, me and Lana are just sitting there. Here comes 12 cops walking down the alley, right? I mean, literally as close as I am to you. Walk right by the railing right there and go across. And they had riot helmets, like just holding them. And they went and stood against the wall across the street by one of the other casinos over there. And, just in the shade, just minding their own business. They weren't talking to anybody.
Just waiting for something to pop
they were
off?
just there because they didn't want the protesters to get all into the downtown, I guess. And then every hour they'd switch. So they'd start walking, and here comes these other, they kind of pass by each other, and they just switch them out every hour. Like here's 12 other ones. Yeah, kind of wild. But I mean, nothing happened. There was nothing going on. But.
Hey, I got a story for you. When I was in your class, I don't think you know this, but I don't think you ever knew this. But I remember somebody
Do I
being.
want to? No.
Somebody being super mouthy with you because you were always cool. Like you were really cool, and I always thought how am I not gonna stand up for this guy? This guy's super cool. You know what I mean? Somebody was being super mouthy with you. I don't know. They were just because. In the OR room, they were.
There was a few of them.
Yeah, but they would even cuss at you and stuff. You would kept your cool, You tell them, get out of here. Do you know that I walked behind somebody who you kicked out and told them off and was about to beat them up outside for being like that with you?
You're the man.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, dude, this guy is way too cool for him to be getting treated like this.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. You owe me one.
Yeah.
Years later.
Come over to the Orange, I'll buy you a beer. Or two.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's right.
Yes,
I remember now that you said it.
No, I mean, I'll drink 1 or 2 beers here and there. I stopped drinking maybe 3 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, you told me that, I think, at the Orange Blossom this year.
Yeah. So
a few months ago. Yeah.
So I stopped drinking and I started getting into fitness, but then I tore my meniscus, and then that went down the drain. But
I was going to say, you need to work out a little there, dude.
yeah. Yeah. So.
But is that all there is to that story? I guess.
Oh, which one? The one I.
You said you walked by almost.
He wants to know names and everything.
No, I can't say names.
No, don't.
I can't say names.
You can tell me later.
Yeah.
Did you ever do other stuff? Did you ever get into wrestling or anything? You would have been great at that.
I never got into that. Maybe did a lot of street fighting. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably didn't lose.
I think I'm like 12-2 on the streets.
12-2. What? Who beat you?
I can't say their names, but I did get beat. One, I was a freshman and a senior, and it was over football too. I remember I was the quarterback, and I threw him a pass, and he missed the ball. It kind of like hit him in the chest, and he dropped it. Oh, but they telling me stuff like "you suck" and this, and I said. He said, "I've never seen such a sucky quarterback," and I said, "I've never seen such a fat receiver." And he said, "Oh yeah, just wait till we get into the locker rooms." And I was like, "Oh shit." I was kind of scared, to be honest with you. Yeah, so when I was going to the locker room, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. I wasn't really a fighter, you know. I didn't know what I could do.
Was this guy older than you? Or
yeah,
bigger?
he was a senior.
And you were
a freshman.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so we get into the locker room, and I'm kind of over there changing, kind of hoping. You know, Jug was there too. Jug witnessed me get my ass beat. So, yeah, and I'm right there changing, and I'm kind of hoping, please don't let this guy come on here, please. And I look at the corner of my eye, and he's right there. He said, "Oh, so what were you saying?" And he pretty much beat the shit out of me. You know, he beat the shit out of me. And that was one. And then I lost another one being drunk. You know, I can't blame it on that. If I'm gonna step up, I better be ready for whatever. And I got my ass beat that time too. So, but that's the only two that I could remember.
But when you say freshman, weren't you in the OR as a freshman? Because that was freshman.
Yeah.
So I probably had you.
No, I wasn't in the OR room. I wasn't in the OR room, but
or did you go there as a sophomore? I wonder.
Probably.
Did I have you that like at that age? I thought I had all freshmen in there, but
you probably had me sophomore, junior, senior, and super senior. Yeah, probably. yeah. So that's pretty much it. But
then I always remember Mrs. Moore was, of course, helping me in there, and you know, she's fun. But when I first had that class, there was like nobody in it for 2 weeks. It was a new thing for me. I had got hired because I guess the year before, some lady was doing it, and people were like going outside by that big sycamore tree right out there and smoking, and all kinds of stuff was going on. So they ended up getting rid of her, and I got a job. But the first 2 weeks, there's nobody in my class. It was like I had this girl from the AmeriCorps, they called it, who was like my teacher aide. Me and her would just sit around talking or something. It was then they showed up one day with. I think my very, very first person was Andres Chavez. You remember Andres?
Yeah, I do. I do remember him.
He's around Beatrice.
Yeah.
Guys. Yeah, he was my very first kid. And then the next thing I knew, I got Daisy and Victoria.
Oh, yeah.
Those two. And then, pretty...
Dropping left and right.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't... They were all... I liked everybody. That was cool. But
you don't even have
just like they didn't get in my class until they did something. They were freshmen in high school. They hadn't... you got to have a couple weeks to screw up to get in there or something. Then it was like a little steady progression, pretty quickly it was 4 or 5. And then after a while I had a dozen or whatever. Willie came in there at one point and all that kind of stuff.
Willie. I even went to JJ Cairns with Willie. Willie's a cool dude. I remember I think he did 16 years in prison or something.
Yeah, about.
16 years in prison, and I remember him.
No, 11 and a half.
Okay,
sorry.
11. 11, 20, same shit. Now, yeah, dude, he went in almost right out of high school.
Right at 18, they arrested him that morning, and then he did 11 and a half years.
Yeah.
And me and him had a business after that when he got out for a while together.
Yeah.
A tree business. Well, go ahead, but you talk about it.
I did fight him. I fought him for one of my buddies. My buddy didn't end up fighting him, and he had told me something, and I was like, all right, I already knew what I could do at that age. So we got it on, and we fought, and I remember coming out of that bathroom, and he's like, I hope you don't think you won. I said, well, you didn't win. Yeah, and what my point to that is when he got out of prison, he came and seen me, dude.
He's a good dude, yeah.
Yeah, he's... Hey, and I heard when he was in prison, he got all buff, super buff.
I got a picture of when he came out. Yeah.
Yeah, solid. So I'm like, dude, this guy's coming to look for me now. I kind of wanted to duck him, but nah, he was cool.
He's like my son, really. Me and him are.
Yeah, I remember you and him had a really close relationship.
Yeah, and we still are. But he lost his dad a couple of years ago in a bad car wreck. It's a long story, but it's sad. But
yeah.
And Willie kind of got hurt too in that, physically, so he's been, having to deal with that. But I still stay in touch with him all the time. But Yeah, I love the guy. So
Yeah, and then me and him were cool. Me and him were cool even before fighting. But it's just I kind of stand on what's right, on righteousness. You know what I mean? And he said something pretty foul to somebody that rolled up there. You know, of color. He said some racist stuff, and he's sitting right next to me. And I said, "What did you just, dude? Don't ever say that again." And he, well, what, you don't like it, blah blah. So one of my buddies told him, "Let's go to the bathroom." And there I go, just to go witness it. When I ended up being in it. Yeah. So.
Yeah, shoot.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, man. So right now at this point in my life, like I'm doing the lowrider scene. You know what I mean? I'm really into cars right now.
Your cars are cool. Because when I saw you and you bought that sombrero, this is like a week and a half ago. Because I have a little booth at Rocky Hill Antiques, and I've seen you twice in there.
Yeah.
Then you bought this. Tell me because you got it for your car, right?
So that's what I was getting at when I said I've been in Lindsay my whole life, and I've passed through on Spruce over 100,000 times. I've never stopped at that antique store. And one day I said, you know what, I'm just gonna stop. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I stopped and I looked around and I was like kind of amazed at the stuff I saw.
It's a big place.
It's a big place, and they have good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So now when you saw me, that was my second time, and I ended up seeing that sombrero. There's a car show coming up, and I thought I could use that for my display. So that's why I ended up buying it. Yeah, it's a cool little spot.
Yeah, and I have a little boot, like a little case in there because I mostly sell sports cars.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I end up working like 1 or 2 days a month to pay my space rent, kind of a thing, you know. And the people that own it are all nice, you know. And the people, and I like working there. It's not like big money or anything.
It's called Rocky Hill Antiques, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that place is pretty cool. If you ever get a chance, go in there, dude. It's pretty cool.
I was telling Lionel he would like it.
Yeah,
you would.
It's pretty cool.
It's fun. It's big. There's probably like 70 different dealers in there, you know, just with the little cubicles, maybe about the size of this room.
I guarantee you come out with one item. One item.
Like a big ass thrift store or what?
Huge. Yeah.
But it has like antique store kind of prices.
Yeah.
It's not,
yeah.
You know, because people.
How much you pay for that?
I paid $25, and online they're $90. Yeah.
You flipped it.
No, I'm using it for my display. Yeah, I flipped it when I bought it. I was all happy.
I bought it off them for 40, and I sold it on eBay for 80. I mean, I sell a lot on eBay, right? But that's all I'm doing. If I sell stuff on eBay, I'm like, say I buy a Shohei Ohtani card or something, and I get it graded. You know, maybe I paid $5 and I spend 15 to grade it, and then they called it at 10, and I'm into it for 20, and I'll probably try to get 40 for it. You know.
Yeah, I've seen that stuff on TV, like where they go and they hit up stores like that, and they'll buy. Okay, so I seen some guy bought a samurai helmet, like, you know what I mean? He bought a samurai helmet for like $60, and it was worth like $120,000. You know what I mean?
You see that crazy stuff every day.
And they have a samurai helmet in there. I know.
Yeah, you know the dude that found the Mickey Mantle card in his dad's shoebox from his grandpa or dad in the attic, and it's like $175,000 card, you know, or something.
Yeah.
You know, there's stuff like Babe Ruth cards or whatever they are, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, and for me, that's the thrill of the whole thing. Like Lionel and I have done it before, gone just yard sailing. Like he had a little map of Visalia. We're going to go over on that street, and then we'd go. You know, everybody's got the signs out. We're going around looking. I mean, all you're really doing is treasure hunting.
Well, I seen something in there. It was a Babe Ruth his cup, you know, but I wasn't gonna buy it. You know what I mean? It was signed. But I wasn't gonna buy that. I was like, I'm not gonna take my risk on it. It didn't fit. Wait. Yeah, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna risk it.
And you weren't gonna wear it. It was too small for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
This one goes.
Yeah.
Hey, so like, since you're like, or were you going to say something else?
Yeah, about the lowrider stuff, I wanted to touch on that. I don't know how to go about it, but I want to kind of bring cruise nights back to Lindsay. You know how they had that one cruise night?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see it? Yeah. Dude, I would love for us to have that around.
I remember when they did that. Yeah.
Once a month or something like that. Yeah, it was pretty cool, man.
Everybody just parked like at the packing houses, the tire shops.
We had people from other towns here. You know what I mean? And they do it. They do it on right there at A&W in Visalia on Mooney. And I talked to the guy from A&W. He said that when they do that, he makes like $10,000 that one night.
Wow.
So that could bring some stuff into town.
Yeah, I mean, there was that time when everybody cruised Mooney or something, and that like American Graffiti was about that in Modesto or wherever they filmed it. And but then they made the law like no cruising. They got the signs everywhere. But they should at
just
least
got rid of that law.
But do a night, yeah. But you should still just have a certain night when you
I think I had mentioned it one time because at my brother-in-law's house, Misty, our mayor, she was there, and I had mentioned it to her, and she was up for it. She thought it was a good idea. So I think I got to push the issue a little more. Yeah, that'd be pretty dope.
That would be sick.
Yeah, because Andrew, Loyalty, and those guys would be out
Everybody.
there.
Anybody who has a lifted car, a lowered car, a stereo system, they'll be out. Yeah, they'll be out. So
I met Andrew Velasquez because I used to hang around with Joe Salinas in Vinny's shop over there. Vinny had his shop. But I mean, those guys their cars were called low rodders. That's how they called it. We had these T-shirts we had that said low rodders. But those guys, they have cool stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Get it out there and start.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. You just got to talk to the right person, and just say, hey, you know what, green light, go for it. Just make a little flyer.
That's all it is. I don't think you need any permits or anything. What do you really need? Nothing.
Wow.
We just need to make the flyer and set the date, the night,
and come out.
That's it.
Like hot August nights. Like they have that thing in Reno. It's a car show, but that'd be a cool name for that kind of name.
Yeah.
Hot July nights or whatever.
It'd be cool. I'd like that.
Yeah, that's a very good idea.
That is.
I know, that would be great. Yeah, and you should, you could pursue that too. I mean,
We'll definitely help you on the flyer. And all that.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. It's up. We got to make it more than just being up in the air, and then.
yeah, like I could talk to Andrew about it. He's one of my best buddies, and say, hey, what do you think of something like that? Like, how can we push Ruben? Like, how do you get all that stuff going? Like, we could do that. Yeah, why could?
Well, I'm sure they'll come out.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Even if we don't talk to them, we do it. They're gonna come out. I know. I'm waiting for any opportunity to go cruise my car.
Yeah, and if you say Misty kind of likes the idea, I know Joe he came on our show here, Joe Soria, that I interviewed on my podcast.
Okay.
Who's a city council.
Okay.
But he's all into probably kind of cool stuff like that. I mean, I don't speak for those people, but if you did something like that the right way,
that's what I was saying.
Why wouldn't you want to do that?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, like that would be like thrilling kind of. Are you a farmer's market kind of guy? Do you go on Friday night?
You know what? I hit the farmer's market every now and then, just for food.
Mm-hmm.
But I do cruise on Friday nights, and I post my car up right there at a Lindsay Tire.
Oh, okay.
We'll park our cars there sometimes, which is pretty cool because you got so many people coming in and out of town. They get a chance to see those cars and stuff. I know I used to get excited when I saw one of those cars.
If I drive right by here by the front of Dark Alley going toward the main drag over here, and then like on Friday night at 8 or 9, I mean, I'm going to turn right and go toward Fast Trip and then go home. But it's like sometimes you have to wait a while to even turn right there.
Yeah.
I mean, turning left would be tough, but turning right, you might even wait for like 15 cars to come by. They're all kind of backed up from the stop sign by McDermott going over the tracks and back this way.
Yeah, it would definitely not be a Friday night.
Yeah.
It'd be all congested and clogged up right there. It's probably a Saturday.
I wonder when they did do it that time. It wasn't very long ago when they did one of those.
No,
I don't know what day of the week it was.
Like a Sunday in the
But I remember.
Was it? It was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool.
But that was already like 2 years ago. More.
Yeah, I mean,
it
seems like not super long ago. But
I know the dude from Bob's. He had a conversation with me where he said that he kind of wants us to come out and park all our cars right there at his place. He's up for it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you think would that strictly be a car thing, or do you think it'd be cool if they had like dudes with Harleys and all that kind of stuff?
No,
is that
cruise night, so anybody.
Cruise night.
I mean, is that's not like a different crowd? Like
usually
cool?
car shows. They come with different,
It's diverse.
Yeah, you got your bikes, you got your just different stuff.
Because all the years I did the rib cook-off, Andrew and all them would have the car show over on the side street right there, but the cochinos are always there. Their bikes, they put them all out on that one corner.
You got your tacuaches, everything come out.
It's kind of cool.
Everybody that puts money into their car, they're just waiting to show it off,
Yeah, sure.
So it's pretty cool.
So you're a show-off? What are you talking about?
Only on Friday nights.
Hey, how would you think you became, I mean, when you're somebody like with a great personality who's fun like you, is that just natural, or was there somebody like in your family that was,
I'm gonna say it's in my family. If you notice, we're it's, you got to have a sense of humor. You know what I mean? Thick skin. Like I said, me and Jug, we go at it. But everything he tells me about me, instead of it getting under my skin, oh, dude, it's the funniest shit. Dude, one time he told me this, and this is one of the many things he's told me, but it stands out to me, and it is just super funny. So we're going back and forth. I cap on his cranium. He has a big old head, right? So he caps on my nose because I have a big old nose. He said, "Hey, I bet when you were born, the doctor got you like a damn bowling ball from the nostrils and pulled you out." And when he told me that, I go, "Oh my God!"
Like, where did he get that from?
Yeah. Oh no, you got to be.
Yeah, because it just popped up.
One thing we're pretty witty about it. You know, we come up with things like quick. So if there's somebody I could do that, and he's one of the ones that could do that. This guy could do that too. So me and him go at it all the time too. So
he's a comedian.
yeah, he thinks he is. But yeah, so you got personality. You got to have. Just gotta.
But I mean, like,
cool, you know what I mean?
Do you feel like in your case it's just natural?
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't like
no.
your sister or your dad or something.
You know, so growing up, you know, you're surrounded by that.
Yeah.
Funniness, everything's funny. You know, so you kind of get molded in the same way. You know what I mean? So my family, I could honestly say they have good personality. Good. It's rare when you see us pissed. You know, or you know, bothered. You know what I mean? Usually, if something is kind of hard pill to swallow or something, we make a joke out of it. So it's not that we try to minimize it.
Yeah, you're good at that.
Yeah, looks like you've been doing too much swallowing. Cheeseburgers way. I can chew them at least, fucking. No, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just gotta. It's all fun and games, dude. It's all fun and games.
You can't get mad.
Try not to take life too serious, because that's where all the damn depression and all that crap starts.
I guess that's how it was. Like you said in the OR, like didn't really get mad at people, but I think I got that from my own dad. You know, kind of like I don't know. I guess my philosophy of teaching was always sort of like, you gotta love every kid, but you might not like all of them. But I didn't ever want a kid to know I wouldn't want them to know I didn't like them. I bet you any kid didn't think I didn't.
No.
Like, even if they were like the one I didn't like too much, but I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to go down that road. They weren't going to know, you know. I mean,
yeah. So you still do rock climbing?
I was a whole bunch until right about now, 2 years ago. I kind of had a problem with my left shoulder now, which is sort of a little arthritis and a little of that and this. And I'm not going to get surgery on it. I did get a cortisone shot, but so I actually haven't been climbing for 2 years, and I'm probably not gonna
anymore.
I mean, I'm not going to say I won't climb anymore, because I probably will, but not a whole lot. And like as of 2 years ago, I was like twice a week.
Yeah, I remember back then you were.
Yeah, we were going to the gym in Fresno one night. We were climbing up on this Mineral King Road up here, going up into Sequoia, doing a lot of new routes. Like, we put up stuff nobody's ever climbed. So yeah, I mean, I was liking it a lot, but I also realized that the best days are behind me.
So what's your new little hobby?
Really, golf.
I was gonna say, is it golf?
Not in a big money way. Like, I'm not a country club kind of golfer guy. I play at Exeter all the time, like 2-3 times a week, because you get a monthly membership for $100.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that's nothing, you know.
I like golf. I played it a couple times, but I suck, to be honest with you. And but the thing about golf is you always get that one shot that makes you want to go back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got a cousin, which is his brother.
Yeah.
He's freaking. I seen him make a shot that I couldn't believe he did it. But he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's good. And sometimes he plays with me out in Exeter. I sometimes see him out.
Who's that? My cousin
or your brother Ricky?
Yeah, Ricky. Yeah,
Ricky.
Probably get him on your next.
Thing about you is, that'd be great. Thing is, you're athletic, so I could see you like. But the thing about golf is, like, I don't necessarily play it very well if I don't play kind of a lot. It's so technical, it's so, just little teeny things that you could do wrong and hit a crappy shot just by missing by this much or whatever. And there's all these things about your grip and your swing and all this other junk. So, but you might pick up on it if you did because you're.
If I spend a little more time.
Well, you're naturally athletic. I bet you have good like hand-eye coordination. Maybe you're like catching balls or whatever.
Sometimes.
You know.
Yeah. I'm pretty fast too. Pretty running.
Oh yeah.
Like, I trip out on that too. Like a lot of people trip out. Yeah, it's the aerodynamics of the, you know, my nose is like a Lamborghini, dude, cutting through the as I'm.
Yeah, just because I remember that about you because like when we just played those touch football games I was talking about.
Yeah.
And you had speed, and I go, man.
He's not supposed to be running that fast.
But I mean, also kind of like this guy's like strong too. It's like, man, you don't want to like say you were just in your football uniform and I was going to try to tackle you around the leg. I mean, just like
it ain't happening.
Just bounce off the guy, you know, like this guy's like.
It ain't happening.
Weren't you racing for money?
Yeah, I used to race for money back in the day. So back in the day, they used to have this. They'd meet up and people would race for money at the Garvey. Yeah, it was this thing.
Maybe like a 40-yard dash kind of thing, or a 100-yard dash.
Yeah. All the paisas, they'd come out and I mean this thing. One of my buddies, Eric Cruz. I mean, he was fast. They called him El Tatuado, the tatted one, you know. And I don't even think that guy lost, but they were betting like $10,000 on him. And he was winning.
So some dude that wanted to race you just look down there and go to that tree.
Yeah, well, see, the problem is I got called out like 3 times because they say the little dude, I want to race that little fat boy right there. You know what I mean? So and they didn't know what they were getting themselves into. So all in all, I won like $45 in 3 races. You know, was nobody betting 10 grand on me.
But you were like 16 or something, or like,
no. I was about 30 or whatever.
Oh, that old.
I still race my kids at home.
Dang.
Yeah, with a torn meniscus.
You got the sprint fiber body, like you wouldn't have been you wouldn't have been running no marathons.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. Back in the day, I always into trouble, you know. But as fast as I am, I could never get away from the cops, dude. I always got caught. Always got caught. All my friends got away, and I was the only one going to jail.
And if you just picked the wrong fence to jump over?
No, it's because I'd hide behind a wall or something. But you know, the schnauzer would give me away. You know, peeking out the damn wall. No, but yeah, honestly, I would always get caught up. Always.
I could hear you breathing in.
Yeah. Damn it.
Man, that's crazy, dude. So you ran from the cops?
Yeah.
What'd you go to jail for?
Just random dumb stuff. I think just being a knucklehead, dude. I didn't get my license till like 5 years ago. You know, I'm 42. So I just be driving without a license. I lost it when I was like 20 years old for speeding. I had a nice fast car. Yeah. And I thought if I moved to Arizona, I don't have to pay the ticket. Remember I said I moved to Arizona? So yeah, little did I know that followed me when I came back. So it was just a snowball effect. So I didn't pay it. I ended up getting pulled over again, no license. So I had like 7 no license tickets, and it just turned into this big old mess. And then I remember this program came in where they like forgave like 60% of your 70%.
So you might as well sign up and get it over with.
Dude, I ended up paying $5,000. I paid $5,000, but that was still with 70% of it. Taking off
like
70%.
Those IRS deals they come up with.
Yeah, something like that. So I got my license then, and then after that, I just took care of it.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
you got to be a good dad, I bet. You might not brag about yourself.
Depends who you ask. Which one of my kids you ask. I try. You know what I mean? I try. I come from. My dad was a hard person. You know what I mean? He meant well, and now I'm older. I understand it because I'm a hard person, but I mean well. My overall is I want the best for my kids. You know what I mean? I'd say my downfall is my deliverance. You know, I feel like if you talk nice, I can't get through. Mm-hmm. But if I talk a little more firm, then they're paying attention. Yeah, they're listening to what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And I mean, I'm not a total a-hole, you know what I mean? But I kind of, there's a little difference. I hate sometimes I have to be the law, you know? Mom's a little soft, or she's a little more lenient. She understands. So dad comes in and that's where he has to, hey, you better start listening or something like that, you know?
Of course, that's more effective too when you use it at the right, as needed, kind of. Like when I was coaching high school basketball, like I was pretty much just a teacher of the game, and we all got along and everything was cool. But every now and then we'd have a bad half, and I'd be in the locker room at halftime going, "Oh, we're fucking this up" or something, and they'd be like, "Whoa," he doesn't say stuff
Did
like
he
that.
Did he just say the F word?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't. Yeah, we shouldn't have done it, but I actually even regret doing that. But yeah. But I mean, if you don't just get mad whenever you feel like it, it's much more effective when you have to step it up.
Yeah.
You're not just like yelling at people.
I think I've calmed down.
You wouldn't do that, but
Not anymore. The age kind of simmers you down. You know what I mean?
yeah. So you're yeah.
I was gonna say, Jenny, your girls have boyfriends. How's that like for you?
Yeah. My oldest, she don't have a boyfriend. What I like about her, she's kind of a strong-willed person. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to have a boyfriend when you're kind of strong-willed. You're not pleasing her too easy. You know what I mean? And I like that about her. Yeah. So the one that turned 19 years old, she's had a boyfriend, I think going like on 4 months or something. He's pretty cool. I think Smurf's his older brother, I think. Oh. So yeah, so he's pretty cool. I like him. And one of my twins, she thinks she's a player. Sometimes I tell her, "Hey, how many boyfriends you got?" She's like, "I got 5 on the roster right now." I'm like, "You better calm down."
5 on the roster.
Yeah,
she's got them ranked.
Yeah. She did say that. I asked her honestly, and she said, "I got 5 on the roster."
No, but what if like number 3 asks you, and you go, "Well, 2's taking me out tonight." So,
yeah. That's crazy.
It's funny until it ain't funny. You know what I mean? Until it's real.
Well, the first time they told you yet?
Well, I mean, I'm not a type of person that's going to be like, "Oh, my kids can't date, blah, blah, blah." My job is to teach them right, to let them know how it is, and what they do with it is on them after that.
Just less confrontational.
Yeah, I can't be around them 24/7, All of my words could be on them 24/7 though. So what I say to them and how I get them to view things and know how guys are, not me, but maybe you guys. But yeah, but that's all I could do is I could tell them, and if they want to listen, they listen. They don't. The hard life is for them. You know what I mean? And don't be dropping off your kids over here thinking I'm gonna babysit all the damn time.
Hey, you might have a boy grandson.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah. All right, then you can drop them off.
Yeah, but that'll be. I mean, you probably will at some point. And that'll be great.
Yeah,
for sure.
In my family, that's my uncle. I have my uncle, which is his Nino. He had nothing but girls, and his last one was a boy. His mom, she had nothing but boys, and her last one was a girl. Oh. So my wife tells me right now, let's try one more time. I'm like, I don't know, like.
I got my name.
Yeah.
My godfather didn't have no sons to name after him, so I'm like his junior kind of.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like I said, my goddaughter, it's 4 girls. It's kind of like, it's cool. I love all of them, but yeah.
I'm kind of glad I'm not a junior. You know what I mean? You know my dad's name? His name's Perfecto.
Oh,
that's his name on his birth certificate.
Kind of cool.
I've never heard anybody. That's unique. I've never heard Perfecto.
Sounds like a cigar.
Hey, you know what though? The only other person I've heard his name was Perfecto wasn't that dude around here, Eric Eugene Perfecto Sinclair.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that's
his
middle name.
Yeah, but he has Perfecto somewhere in there.
Yeah, that's kind of cool though. I like it.
Yeah, it's unique. I've never heard it. Yeah.
Well, at least it's not Teofilo or anything.
Teofilo, hey, I do know a Teofilo.
3 minutes or 2 minutes.
I mean, I guess the last thing I might ask you is like, if you had anything you want to say or tell people or a message or I don't know, whatever it is. That's putting you on the spot in a way, but I don't know if there's any.
Not really. I just nothing really.
Stay happy.
Just live your life and don't take life too serious. If you got problems, go seek help.
You don't seem like a guy who'd be going to the psychologist very much for counseling or something.
No, I have. Like I said, when I tore my meniscus, I was in a bad spot. You know what I mean? I stayed home for 11 months, so I remember I was really into working out. I worked out for like 2 years. All that went down the drain. I stayed on my couch for 11 months, so I was kind of like just feeling kind of worthless. You know what I mean? So
when you were working out, did you go like to McDermott or where?
No,
like
in my
your own.
in my garage. Yeah, I bought all the stuff and I just started working out. I was jogging like 6 miles 4 times a week.
You seem like a guy who could bench press a lot.
No, not really. I think 275 was what I was benching. Yeah,
A lot to me.
it's not too much. Yeah.
Well, not like, I mean, Walter Payton in the NFL, like I could do like 500 pounds. He was a running back.
Yeah.
Like crazy. Yeah, Buster.
You got it, Watts.
I'm always glad to see you, man.
Yeah, likewise. I know I always look forward to when I used to go to the Orange and see you right there.
I know, it's always, or I'd call you up. I'd sometimes text him and I'd go like, or call you even and go, what are you doing? You know, and like, I'm at the Orange, you know, just sort of out of nowhere because I'd think of you, you know, and I go, I probably, maybe, like sometimes you could come by right then. And you got kids and everything, so you could just run out. But, I
always thought because you're reaching out because you're about to get jumped or something, you need to back up, so you're calling me up.
Only like once, maybe. No.
But you still answered them.
Yeah, always.
But so, like, if I am gonna, can I still do it? Yeah. I'm always thinking, I might need backup from somebody. Yeah. Well, hey, it was great having you on, and if you guys, I guess something we've been thinking about is me reaching out to former students of mine to be on this podcast. So you guys can always hit me up and direct messages at Dark Alley on Instagram, because we're always interested in getting good folks. So
yeah, that's cool.
Thanks, bro.
You got it.
All right.
Let's see you guys.
Thank you.
Up in Cali, we about it, that's why they so mad. Everybody on the mob shit, pull up, try rob shit. Funny how they drive out, but I'm hopping out the car.
Brush your teeth.